So this is a gift from me, which is a very short, we're going to be under 10 minutes. Let's see if I can stick to that session for you to do to keep you going through the week break between now and when we next meet, which will be about 2 weeks actually. So this is a lovely thing to be able to do to keep you mobile and just add a little bit of strength. So I'm going to start with a roll down. And if you feel like it's a bit too soon for you to begin with a roll down, then make sure you've done a little walk first. This is perfect to do after a walk. So we roll down, just feeling into it. Maybe have a little dangle and a wiggle of the hips at the bottom. And 2 more. And if you prefer to do your roll down against the wall, then do your roll down against the wall. Never, ever, ever any pressure to go further than your body wants to go. So particularly if you're against the wall, then give yourself the opportunity to feel how your spine peels away from the wall and how it returns. So being the observer of your own body. Maybe shaking the head, maybe pausing briefly. And that slow return. Just watching how you return. Take a breath and roll the shoulders, and let's go for some rotation. Notice how your hips move. Just become more aware of your body. Start to squeeze your buttock muscles and notice how that might feel very different. And slowing it down, maybe taking the hands around your body, just noticing if there's a little bit more movement. If you help yourself round. 1 more each side. And then slowly slide down one side, then the other. If you prefer, then fingers plugged in behind your ears. If you prefer, soften the knees. How can we have more ease? Releasing. Roll of the shoulders. If your neck muscles feel very tight, then you can squeeze and release. If your back muscles feel tight, go and get the spiky ball and just use the spiky ball across the pelvis, side to side, or in the shoulders. So this little bit of time is for you to do. And of course, you can always press forward, but for you to do something that feels right for you and for your body. Oh, we're about 4 minutes in. I love this super slow release. I can feel the muscles in my neck just soften when I do that. So I'm going to go for 2 more. If you've done the spiky ball, you've got about 30 seconds left. Squeezing, releasing. Obviously, you take the time that you want to and need to, and that's going to be the super quick warm up. And now we're going to do some squatting, but we're not just going to do any squatting. We're going to see about getting down to the floor. When I say that, I mean getting closer to the floor. So inviting you to hold on. If you need to pause and move your whatever you're watching me on, what can you do to get a bit lower? Something that's really solid. So I could go with the radiator here and see how that helps me. And if you're able to do that, and maybe for you, you're going, oh, that's my challenge point. So work out your challenge point and do about 8 to 10 possibly. If you can do that without, and you find that quite easy, I don't know, can you keep yourself a bit more upright? So doing what you need to challenge a little bit. If you're holding on, you might need to hold on just with a couple of fingers each side. So that's our next bit. So hopefully you've been doing that while I've been yabbering. Oh, yeah, oh, that's what you want to feel. Oh, and when you're done, give the legs a little shake out. We will come down to the floor, so opportunity to practice that in a different way. How do you normally do it? How can you do it differently? So we can flat back, drop the hips, maybe. Try it in a different way. We're coming over on floor forwards. From here, always chance to do a little circling of the pelvis. Well, what challenges you here? Once you lengthen your spine, remember watching out for the head to lift the head. Hopefully you can see that. I'll turn like this. There we go. So yeah, watch out for this. We want to be up here a little bit. So let's extend one leg and then the other leg. Trying to keep the hips really still, which is close to the wall there. So extend. If this is challenging enough for you, stay there. If not, extend and then reach the toes further back. So there's a slide of the torso, keeping really flat. So if that feels challenging enough, keep there. Otherwise, extend to a plank. Only do this if you can keep your hips fairly still. It's taken years of practice to get here. But if you find that you're doing this, then you want to just drop back to doing the reach, which is fairly challenging. A little breather. And you'll stop when you go, oh, that's enough. I'm finishing the last one, so I promised 10 minutes. The last one, I love a shoulder bridge. So that's where we're going. Feet hip width. And let's really articulate the spine up. Just do a couple and feel into it. Make sure your positioning is good. You don't feel tension in the neck. You might need something gently under your head or not. So we stay up this time. We're going to stay lifted, lift up the right heel and then the left heel. Keep going until something in your body tells you, okay, yeah, I can really feel that. It might be the hamstrings, it might be the calves. If that's relatively easy, lift both heels and then down. Doing one or the other until such time your muscles are shouting, breathing. If you're still going, slowing it down. Yeah, I can really feel this. And an extra little tip. If it's too crampy in your hamstrings, take your feet a little bit further away. Let's do another one. One more variation. You can squeeze this in. So we lift up and either single or double or lift. As if you're walking, you don't have to lift very high. In fact, this may be easier than this. Keeping the hips up. If you find you're doing this, and go back to one of the earlier variations. Not better, just different. You'll feel your gluteal muscle with your feet a bit further away. When the time comes that your muscles are shouting, make it stop. There we go. Finishing with a figure 4 stretch on each side, even a brief one. We may go to 11 minutes. Breathe really fully. Exhale slow. Hopefully it'll take a little bit longer than I'm doing, but at the very least 2 breaths. Breathe more fully. Exhale slow. And then to finish, knee rolling, knee rolling. We've moved into 11 minutes. We're going to make the most of that and pause and turn and look away from the knees. Make the adjustments, maybe up, maybe the hand. Feel the stretch down the waist, into the top of the hip, into the shoulder. One more breath. And repeat on the other side. Adjust the knees, the hand, no hand, reach away, and breathe. There we've had a super quick, efficient little workout for you to do in 10 minutes. I'd love it if you did this a couple of times a week until we next meet. And always practice. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. I hope you've enjoyed that and see you very soon.